Hello, everyone. Just starting up here. I'll show you. Alrighty. Well, the stupid ass tariffs are coming into effect. I don't know why we call it tariffs, to be honest with you. We need to call it consumer taxes. Because, let me see here. I'm looking at something here. I should have used OBS, but I'm gonna use that another time. Right now, I want to focus on what's going on here. I can share the screen. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. Let me see here. I've been kind of laughing at this. Let me see here. Yeah, I want to share this one. Actually, leopards have eaten my face. So funny. Alrighty. Hopefully that works. It's my first time really doing live or anything like that. I love this freaking leopards eat my face thing. It's awesome. It's like people who do things in their own self-interest and they expect a different result. Like this moron right here, Mr. Soybean Association, 3-time Trump supporter. Why is he on fake news CNN? I thought it was fake news. Why is he there? What is this, 1984 Orwell? That's a good movie. If you should watch it, read the book and all that stuff. That's what the world is looking at right now with all this chaos nonsense. This little toddler can just go around like, nah, it's going to be 145% taxes, and China is going to pay for it. Are people stupid or just plain ignorant? Because the consumer pays. The importer has to pay those taxes, and what they do, they pass on the cost to the consumer. Because why are they going to eat the cost? That doesn't make any sense. And at some point, it becomes so unprofitable that you might as well not even do anything. Just cut down. Look for another source. I mean, he did put a 10% tariff on every other country. This is pathetic, really. And honestly, there's no such thing as an American business or a company or corporation versus a foreign one. Corporations are corporations. Okay. Doesn't matter where they are. They're trying to make money, and they're trying to make money for their shareholders. They don't give a fuck about the American people or any people, really. They're just trying to make their shareholders happy. So when you see NVIDIA, when you see Apple, yeah, they're based in the U.S., but they're not a U.S. company. They're a multinational conglomerate. And, soybean is a good crop, okay? Soybean is a good crop like all the other crops. And, they export a huge, huge amount to China. And now China's saying no mas. We're gonna go to Brazil now. We're gonna take it from them. I mean, these little small government people don't realize that tariffs is like a huge big government action. Where in small government does it say raising these consumer taxes 1,000% is small government? Like who in your right mind would believe this? And now this guy is suffering right now. Look, soybean farmer who backed Trump begs him to end the trade war. Look at that little ass TV in the back there, that flat screen. Probably had Fox News every day. Trump is great. He's going to do this and that. He's going after Harvard. Anybody who protests against Israel is getting defunded. Well, I don't agree with funding universities anyway. because we have a better vision for America, where we train people free of charge, in demand fields, engineering, doctor, what have you. Why should he have to worry about debt when society is going to benefit immensely from the production of these skills? It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Um, homelessness. We can eradicate homelessness. And why are these people hoarding land all over the place? They should be taxed for hoarding land, because all that land could be developed, and nature can be preserved for sure. But we have so much land that's just sitting there because you get taxed when you build something on it. So it desensitizes. All right. So it incentivizes people to not build at all. Basically, just hold it. Just hoard it basically until somebody wants to buy it, and it's just kind of like that's what it really is. So soybean association guy. These are the lobbyists though. Lobbyists Lobbyism should be illegal, because that's legalized corruption, really. That's legalized corruption, and we have tolerated it for too motherfucking long. There need to be stiff penalties for anybody, because literally, you leave the economy alone. I mean, you can have a council to mark out inefficiencies and the underserved, like people who are not receiving health care, people who are homeless, people who are, there's no reason whatsoever to be homeless in this society. No reason whatsoever. Because once you build a man a home, once you hone his skill set, then that man can support himself forever. Okay, that's not how the quote. I make my own quotes here. But literally, this is so simple. So simple. Instead of demonizing the homeless people on the streets, let's create for them. Let's create efficiency. Put them into means of production where they're going to benefit society. Instead of just laying in a tent, walking around collecting cans and asking for money, let's put them into skillful jobs so they can earn a great income, support their families, have a place to call home. Everybody, we have so much land. Why can't everybody have a place to call home? Doesn't make sense. Political corruption, the parasites don't want change in this country. We have too much gridlock, not enough action, and really we have all this dead weight holding us back from true progress, and it's killing us. This is why we ended up with the Agent Orange, Mango Mussolini, because he has no ideas. The only thing he cares about is, how do I get rich off of this? He's a con man. And, you have a cult personality going on, because you have a lot of ignorant people being dumbed down for generations. Then you have these fake news running amok that should be shut down, honestly. Shut down and eliminated, because that's a crime against humanity. To gather the attention of the public and give them bullshit, I can't think of a worse, like even the worst spy in the Cold War handing documents to the Soviet Union. Even that was nowhere near as much damage inflicted upon the American people as the fake news media does upon us, and the ignorant who literally cannot think for themselves. And then you got these information bubbles. You go to Facebook, you go to X, Twitter, whatever, and it's all the same. It's all the same. People just get fed the bullshit over and over again. Everybody's in their own zone. We have all these different zones. We need to pierce through all of that bullshit. Let truth be truth. Truth. There's only truth. That's it. There's only one truth. Not everyone can be right. Economics is one thing. It's not two things, three things. There shouldn't be a Keynesian economics, free market economics. What is that? God damn it! All this junk food that we eat clouds my mind. Well, it's a form of free market enterprise. Oh yeah. Austrian economics. That it's different houses of economics. Not everyone can be right at the same time. It's like religion, right? You have Buddhism, you have Christianity, Islam. Not everybody can be right. You have atheism, maybe they're right? So really, that's all. That's really what I want to get by here. I'm on this subreddit here. I love it. Leopards ate my face, because it goes through people who are just so stupid that they do things against, like this soybean farmer. Trump's been talking about, China is the biggest importer of American soybeans. And Trump has been talking about tariffs are great for 40 years, like an ignorant asshole. I mean, he used to be a Democrat, right? And tariffs used to be a big thing with Democrats. And now all of a sudden, because he has a personality cult around him, Agent Orange, it came to the Republican Party. American first. When you do American first in economics, you're cutting your own people off from competition around the world. And you're cutting them off from products they would otherwise want. You're charging them more money. You're going to create shortages or just non-existent products in variety, like avocados, coffee, mangoes, just to name a couple, semiconductor chips that we need. You can't just cut yourself off like that. You're doing an incredible disservice to your people. Incredible. And then he wants to say, oh, no, let's talk about something else. I like how they say, oh, China's not they're ripping us off, or Europe is ripping us off. How are they ripping us off? If China subsidizes their exports, their manufacturing base, to send us cheap goods that we want to buy, that's not ripping us off. That's subsidizing us. They're actually helping us. Now, I don't disagree that we need to reform the system because it's totally inefficient. We need to eradicate inflation and deflation and give people true options in mediums of currency like they deserve. Like, there's no reason at all in the modern economy in future society, to have inflation at all, even 4%. Central bank fixed 3-4%. There's no reason why the currency you hold and keep should not grow in value instead of lose value every year. This is a farce of the modern day political corruption that has basically cut off our minds from innovative thought in terms of monetary currency, fiat currency. It has completely cut off our ability to think without expectance of how they want us to think. So we're busy thinking, should we lower rates? Oh, let's hope they lower rates, interest rates and this and that. We're not thinking about Why do we have this system in the first place? We're not thinking about that at all. And the reason why is because the politicians are not doing anything about it. They don't even know about it, to be honest with you. A lot of the people who get elected to Congress, Senate, they don't really have a good idea. They're just there to put forth their legislation that was given to them by their corporate overlords. So you have people from the soybean industry, like that idiot, or other agriculture, big beef, milk, dairy rather, and other industries. They come and they draft legislation, think tanks, and they give it to these politicians. The politicians don't even do anything. They have assistants in their office to really go through it and to get it all together. They don't do a goddamn thing. It's pure PR with them. They're just corrupt puppets who deserve to be eradicated from society. We need to get rid of the corruption. Before we're ever going to fix mental health, we can eradicate the income tax and replace it with a smart vac, which would not affect production or income at all. $0. It would only affect spending. And when it affects spending, the richest people naturally who spend more are going to be paying more automatically. You don't even need an income tax. Income tax is an archaic form of tax collection that is just, it's so complicated. It makes no sense that basically the highest earners right now, they have lawyers going through the income taxes. So they actually pay less than working people. So it really, now it came into effect to make sure to ensure the richest pay, but now the poorest pay. So it's like totally backwards now. They've totally gamified the system over, generations. And now it's just ridiculous. This whole national debt thing doesn't need to exist. It does not. It's totally archaic, arbitrary bullshit. All right, this guy's an idiot. Of course, he comes from Magnolia, Kentucky. He needs to, I don't know, maybe we can give him a new brain one day. I don't know, maybe we should put him on the list for that, because this guy's a total idiot. Now, I hope he continues to suffer, because these people really need it. It's hard to say that, but they're not going to stop being stupid until they suffer enough. And I don't even know if enough is possible till they get to a point where they're done. Like Mike Lindell, that fucking My Pillow guy. I regret ever buying a My Pillow. I bought one maybe 10 years ago because I didn't even know the guy. I think I saw him on the commercials a couple of times, and I saw it in a store, like it was like a discount or something, and I'm like, well, let me see if it's really worth anything. And I bought it. I think I bought it as like a present for my wife back then. And then she liked it. I think she liked it for a little while, but it's a bunch of, probably comes from China as well, actually. No wonder why. He just came out saying he has no money whatsoever. He's totally broke. He only has 2 houses and a truck, and that 2 houses are being liquidated in order to pay some of you don't hear Trump talking. You don't hear Trump. He did all that for Trump. And what the hell did Trump do for him? Total idiot. Like, straight up. Like, God, do we really need people like that in the gene pool? Like, come on now. There's something going on where there's people who just are ruining society. And we need to think about this. Like, what is the common denominator between these people, within these people? Because there's something going on. Either it's the dumbing down upon within the generations, or it's something else. We can't not We cannot allow these people to rule over us. We cannot allow these people to choose our rulers. We have to totally listen. Maybe these guys are just the descendants of the serfs from the medieval era, you know, because oh my god, horrible people. Anyway, this guy is just a joke, really. Let's keep updated on him. And then we got this guy. Trump was supposed to be good for business. Trump is ruining his business. Who the hell said Trump was good for business? He bankrupted a goddamn casino in Atlantic City. How the fuck you do that? I guarantee if I would have ran that casino, it would be still operational today because it's a fucking casino. I mean, Atlantic City is still operating. It's not as lucrative as it used to be because you have a lot more competition now, for one of the reasons anyway. Yet you can just go on your phone, especially if you live in a state like New Jersey, and gamble or play. I like certain things in the casino. Certain things are good. Like poker is a good, skillful game because it's not, just luck. It's not. Blackjack is another one. But don't put in what you can't lose. Just like everything else. So this guy, yet again, another client, 3 today, has backed out of working with us due to the relentless chess beating of he's playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. He really bought that bullshit? Come on, man. Come on. You hear this guy talk and you already know what's up, man. I mean, he talks a good game. He talks like the regular people, right? Like, really, I never heard a regular person talk that way, but apparently, brain damage can be summed up in that way. Let's see here. President and his trade war. I'm honestly starting to feel like I voted against my own interests. Man, maybe he should join this subreddit here. Leopards ate my face. Let's see. I voted for Trump 3 times thinking he'd be good, but it's beginning of who's ruining our business. Like I voted for somebody who's and thousands of others straight into the ground. Yeah. Maybe it's good these businesses go out under the ground, to be honest with you. Maybe it's good. Honestly, I don't know how these people fucking run a business. Being so stupid. But in a way, I kind of understand because a lot of people, what they do is they passively absorb political information because they're so busy in their personal lives, running their business, personal things, matters. And they just kind of passively get all this information from Fox News, from Newsmax, from these podcasts, from these incel forums and shit, from friends and family. It's like a big bubble. So they don't really know what the guy stands for. They only know when it's already too late. Like, there should be a way to recall a motherfucking idiot. Like, there should be a way. Like, why is there no way to recall somebody? And then you have a weak-ass Congress who's supposed to take care of tariffs, that's what do you think they call it? The purse, the keeper of the purse, because it's supposed to take control of things that are going to affect the people's money and the economics of the people. But they just let Trump run it because it's a Republican majority. They're weak. They're afraid. They're afraid that people are going to bomb their house like fucking the governor of Pennsylvania. Just like, a couple of days ago? Idiots. Like, pathetic. Like, come on now. If I was in Congress, I'd be like, Trump is a bitch. Okay? Suck my dick. That's what I would say. You want to talk to me? That's what I got to say to you, basically. Because, hey, man, whatever. Freedom of speech, motherfucker, right? I'm not afraid to call it what it is. Trump is a bitch. He's a selfish, motherfucker. There's two things, man. You could be a selfish motherfucker, okay, and become president or whatever. But to be a selfish motherfucker at the expense of your own constituents, now that's a whole different category. That's traitor right there. You know what used to happen to traitors, right? That's because you're literally he's helping the adversaries. I don't agree with the whole adversarial thing with China. Why do they have to be enemies, for instance? Russia, I understand, because look, they just fucking invaded Ukraine a couple years ago. And now we have an opportunity really to utilize military tech to really weaken them very cheaply, like they did to us in what was that? They did to us, what was that in Afghanistan? In Vietnam, yeah, that's right. That was a long time ago. They helped Vietnam very cheaply, and it costed us so much. We could do the same to them and really test out new equipment, utilize this military industrial complex, this over bloated piece of shit military industrial complex, utilize it to actually do something useful. Okay. The military industrial complex needs to be streamlined. Doesn't mean you got to cut every fucking thing. You got to audit it and really make it better. Because right now they just increase the budget every year because of fucking military contractors who are fucking have the throats of these corrupt loser politicians who are just ridiculously pathetic. We really need to do something about that. Okay? That's not lost on me. They are fucking traitors to the people. They deserve to lose everything. Okay? They deserve it. Because they are keeping us poor. All the missed opportunities in life is because those corrupt politicians. If your father died, if your uncle died of cancer, it's because of them. They cut funding. We should be creating mega projects. To cut all this bloated bullshit government, mega projects to eradicate cancer. How do you think nuclear weapons and nuclear power came to fruition? It didn't come together with private enterprise and giving a couple million in grants. No, it came together with the fucking Manhattan Project, unlimited funding, the best scientists in the world working on it, making use of these theories, building new theories upon other theories, and really getting down to things. And look, we have nuclear weapons, scary stuff, but we also have nuclear power, great stuff, which has been demonized a lot for, that's more stupidity. We need to utilize a broad approach to renewable energies for sure. Not just one thing. It depends on the location, what makes sense, all kinds of stuff, really. I don't feel like talking about right here. Because this is a shaming tariff live bullshit right now. I'm not even looking at my chatter, and I don't even know if anybody's watching, to be honest with you. I'm just kind of just talking because I don't want to get distracted. Mike Lindell says he's completely broke. Yeah, that's right. We can eradicate cancer. We can eradicate homelessness. And this is all without socialism. We don't need socialism or communism to correct the problems in society. We need to free up the wealth and free trade among the people. And then we can lift all boats together. But no, they prefer just to make everyone poor, apparently. Suffer, because Trump wants to give special permission to certain companies who want to kiss his ass, like Apple, like exempt, like we're going to put tariffs on everybody. But no, Apple is exempted now. No, Nvidia is exempted. Like, how the fuck are you going to do that? It's picking winners and losers. If this is not a centrally command economy right now, then what the fuck is? What really is? At least the centrally command communist countries wanted to create products and goods that people needed. This guy just wants to, no, you don't get in, you don't get in, you get in. Like, this guy's a fucking king or what? Like, even if we had a king, I'd rather have fucking, what is that? King Charles. I'd rather have him. Like, come back to America. The colonies need you. Get rid of this orange piece of shit, please. This fucking shit stain. Boomer, MAGA mom, disowned and evicted. Okay, I saw a little bit of that. I wanted to see more of her reaction. It's just shows like basically the response of, I guess, the relative right here. Who's we? Oh, so this person, I guess, this person is, I guess his mom supported Trump. Showed my mom this, and she said, maybe because we elected a complete dumbass. And then he said, we? I guess, he didn't support. Listen, I never was a Kamala guy. I don't really give a fuck if it was a goddamn corpse running against Trump. It could lay there. It doesn't even need to run. And I would have got my vote. Whatever my vote's worth in motherfucking New Jersey. Because of the fucking bullshit electoral college bullshit crap. I would have got my vote, to be honest with you. That would have. Like literally a dog or that little rabbit that I see running around my lawn once in a while. Like that's a new president. Whenever we can find him, let's find his rabbit hole. Then we could bring him out to the White House. And he could shit all over the fucking table and all over the fucking that bullshit White House, the Oval Office. And that would be a better leader for us. We'd be better for it right now. At least we would have better prosperity would be growing. Okay. Things are not perfect, of course. It can never be perfect, but we need to have strong ideas and ability of implementation, which we don't have now. We don't have any kind of implementation tools because this country is full of gridlock. Like, if we want to build, my idea is to build high-speed rail all over the country. So really, that's impossible in the current environment because you need the approval of all these fucking places in between and everywhere. It'll take you forever. And that's just getting permission to actually start building, whatever, man. So talk about regulation. And I'm all about getting rid of that unless in certain instances it doesn't make sense. That's why you have to have a coalescence of intelligence to go through the feasibility of different and various projects. You can't just say, well, I just want to build a fucking railroad straight from here all the way over there. No, you have to fucking survey the land. You have to, what's over here? Would something be better over here than, is there minerals under here that we can, we're not just gonna, that would be Trump's stance. He would be, just build I want coal-powered train all the way. Why we have no coal-powered train no more? China. Top NIH nutrition researchers studying ultra processed foods was happy to have anti-science RFK Jr. leading HHS, the brain worm, basically, now retiring early because of anti-science censorship. Oh, that's funny, man. That's funny. Brainworm and Orange just have their own movie or something. That is funny. I gotta say. So he named Robert F. Kennedy Jr. as his choice to lead the U.S. Department of Health. How does RFK Jr. talk again? When President Trump named Robert F. Kennedy Jr. as his choice to lead the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. It smells like a fucking chain smoker for like 50 years with a brainworm. Maybe the brainworm is chain smoking in his fucking stupid mindless skull. These are the kinds of things I've been seeing and right out above for decades. Okay, when I saw the Make America Healthy Again movement gaining bipartisan support last year, it was music to my ears. Hall wrote in a letter last month to Kennedy and incoming NIH Director Dr. J. Bada, whatever the fuck. I thought that after years of defunding human clinical research to understand metabolic disease, perhaps NIH might finally prioritize. We should prioritize these studies, for sure. We should fund what needs to be funded to further the progress of humanity, because it's definitely useful. Look at this. Understand a metabolic disease. Clinical research for that to understand metabolic disease. That's great. But I guess she chose poison over something good, apparently. Instead, Hall announced his early retirement Wednesday after 21 years, citing censorship of communication of his research findings. Recent events have made me question whether NIH continues to be a place where I can freely conduct unbiased science. His life's work to scientifically study. I should look this guy up. Maybe I could find him on YouTube or something. Just little stuffy allergies, bullshit allergies, and how what we eat affects our physiology. Given the new administration's interest in those issues, he'd hoped to expand that research program. But instead, the post continued, I experienced censorship in the reporting of research because of agency concerns that it did not appear to fully support preconceived narratives of my agency's leadership about ultra-processed food addiction. Now I can't even trust anything the NIH says, so I got to put that right on my list. Before I was paying attention, things, microplastics and all kinds of. Now I'm not even going to believe shit. I'm not even going to read it. If I see something that's sourced from the NIH, I'm going to look at when it was sourced and then cut it off. That's it. Because it lost all credibility. All credibility. It's bullshit now. It's disappointing that this individual is fabricating his false claims. In NHS spokesperson told CNN. Yeah, of course they would say that. Anyways, funny stuff, right? Funny stuff, my friends. I don't know why it doesn't switch to show what I'm reading. Maybe I gotta edit that or something. GOP considers raising top tax rate on the rich. Wow, this is ignorant, because really this government is so bloated full of bullshit that we need to do things differently. But see, the the funny thing is that they rather do something so crazy for them than tax the rich to fucking fund shit, the payment of the interest of the debt, than to upset Trump by taking back tariffs. They rather tax the rich than take back what they were supposed to do in the first place, because they don't want to. You don't want to take the toys away from the toddler. Toddler might get upset. He might throw a tantrum, and then people might burn your house down. Who knows? Let's not do that. I don't know. They like to talk behind the scenes, anonymous. Fucking pathetic. Like, how the fuck do you ever get elected? God, I wish I could punch them right in the face. Like, seriously. Build your own manufacturing. Trump voting business owner stung by tariffs, savaged after asking for ways to keep the company afloat. Hey, no handouts. Grab yourself by the bootstrap. I never thought of myself as a sadist, but Schadenfreude, baby. What is that? Drill, baby, drill? Schadenfreude, baby, Schadenfreude. From what I'm told, I'm not against oil production either. Oil, that's what the majority works on right now. So I'm not with the people who just want to fucking remove ourselves from it. I believe we have to take away power from OPEC if we're talking in terms of the USA. How can we let this organization OPEC to control so much and have so much influence over oil prices? Like this conglomerate going on over there that's enriching the Saudis. I mean, something needs to be done about that for sure. But Trump is just, hey, they're giving him money. They're giving his son-in-law money, $1 billion, given to Jared Kushner. So they're great friends, love letters. It's not like not voting has consequences. Guy loved these tariffs. I guess this guy supported Trump. So duties and customs. Oh damn, I can't like get in here. Let's see. Duties and customs and other fees, 1,083. Brokerage, ancillary services fees, total expenses. Okay. So over 1,000. I think it's from Canada, something like that. So $1,000 on a 2,370 order, $2,370 order. Yeah, man. I guess Canada doesn't want to pay for it. I wonder why. Strange. It's not like Trump can fucking decide the tariff rate of Canada. Canada, 20%. Okay. We have to pay 20% now. What do we get? Shit. Like, what is it? Trump? Do you think Trump is the king of the world? Like, China, 145%. Mexico, 40%. Canada, 25%. And all these people around the world are paying before it gets here? Like, are they really that stupid? If they're that stupid, they really should not exist. Like, how are they breathing right now? How do the lungs operate? Maybe the NIH should study that. I don't know. That's what I would tell them. Listen, can you study this? What's different about them than other regular people? Because something different. I don't know. Is it they going to turn into zombies one day? We got to be sure. National security, Brain worms could be spreading, I don't know. I've been hearing things. Biggest brain worm, the best brain worm ever, but still. Republicans, and maybe Trump has a brain worm too. Maybe this is like a Snatchers, like that old movie, Snatchers. Body Snatchers, something. I don't know. Like, it was like in the late 70s, 80s. Revenge of the Body Snatchers. I don't know. It was a funny horror movie. Maybe that's what's going on right now, Maybe we got like a brainworm thing. Got to figure that out, right? You never know. You don't know. It's like religion. You don't know. So it could go either way, right? Yeah, maybe I have faith, you know? Let's see. Republicans in my red hometown are upset that their representative voted for this thing that she said she would. Predictable outrage ensues. I was marked like, so I know that I saw this already. Okay. Oh, 2 hours ago. It's new. Very new. I love the new ones. Keeps me coming back. Are you happy with our Representative Janice Holt's vote in favor of House Bill 2, taking public school funds and giving them to private charter schools? That is funny. That is funny. We definitely need education reform, but they're bought out by the charter schools. So what do you think is going to happen? Here you go, boss. Here you go. Just what I told you I'd do. Fucking corruption. It's unbelievable. That's what you get, motherfucker. Yeah. No, but you literally hand selected by Abbott to do exactly that. We sat back and, well, hey, who put Abbott in there? Huh? What is that? Texas, I guess? Idiot. I wonder why they're so stupid. You know, thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers. That's all I gotta say. I have lots of thoughts and very little prayers, but you know what I mean. I feel bad for his kids, reckon he will need to get a second job. Yesterday, a MAGA coworker told me he had renewed his application for food stamps and was denied. His monthly allotment went from 400 to 0. And plus, with all the food prices going up, ooh. So he's starting from negative right now. He's gonna have to dig deep in those pockets. But I better maybe have to return the fucking NFT cards he bought from Trump. There's no refund though, right? No refund on worthless, on something that doesn't worth anything. See, now he's wondering how he is going to feed his family. Seems elections have consequence. Yeah, how are you going to feed your family? Sorry. I mean, it kind of sucks, but pain is necessary. Pain is necessary. I don't know. I guess go to the church. I don't know, like the Catholic Church. Be like, Father, I know I'm not really a Catholic, but can I sleep here? Idiots. Idiots, the lot of them. Idiots. Treated like a criminal. U.S. citizen says, y'all remember this. He was detained returning from Canada. Yeah. Sorry about that. He looks like fucking Huberman. Whatever. A little bit. Treated like a criminal. Well, welcome to the club, bitch. What kind of name is that anyway? Bakir Atala? Bacala? A real estate attorney, huh? Ripping people off on real estate. Yeah, suck my dick. Trump hands EU over to China. Yeah, predictable. Now that the EU has more people than USA. They have what, 440 million? Switch. Cha-ching. We're cutting ourselves off despite our face. Cutting our nose off despite our face or whatever. So stupid, man. So idiotic. I mean, who could have not saw this coming, man? It's unfortunate that we need to suffer, me and you, for the ignorance of other people, but yeah, I guess that's why they call it democracy, right? Taxes without representation. I don't feel represented right now. I'll tell you that much. And I like that California is now suing the Trump administration. Trump regime, rather. Why do we call it administration? How do you call China a regime, but America administrating? Like, if anything, it should be reversed because China has so much more stability and discipline You have somebody with brains at the wheel. I mean, come on now. Azealia Banks. I have no idea who that is. Oh, it's deleted now. Anyways, this lady who said I lied, and you see her vote for Trump. So I guess she was telling people I'm going to vote for Kamala Harris, but when it came time, she circled in Trump. I lied, and then it had like a little sad, like not sad face, but the laughing teary face. And then it has an update to her post, and it says, another post says, how did people who voted for Trump fuck this up? So we created a mess. So funny. So funny. Oh, it's at least they get to suffer along with us, right? But at least we have no culpability for it. I mean, the only culpability we have is that we're not physically doing something about it. But without organization, can you? No. Wall Street Journal confirms that Trump was the one who greenlit Meta's antitrust trial, despite Zuckerberg donating, settling tens of millions of dollars to him. You get what you deserve, buddy boy. Yeah, you probably knew that all along. Lisa Murkowski says we are all afraid of retaliation by Donald Trump. Afraid of what? Man, stop being a pussy. I know you got one, but please. We are all afraid of the mindless drones that you created, right? Through Fox News and Newsmax and all this other bullshit. This other gold is real currency. Well, gold is currency. I agree with that. But a lot of those people who say that also say Trump 2024. Trump is great. Like, why is there? Where's the correlation here? I don't get it. Libertarians. That's so funny. I used to be a strong libertarian. I used to be a big. Then once the Stefan Molyneux started being stupid with the whole right wing bullshit, I dropped them like a bad habit. I dropped them like I did smoking. To be honest with you, it was easier. I just literally forgot about them. Honestly, let's see. Trump voting because I have intelligence. Unlike Trump, I have great intelligence. I'm able to differentiate. I don't get hooked on anybody. Okay, I don't give a fuck. If God came down and said some bullshit, I'd be like, yo, fuck you. Okay. What you gonna do about it? I don't give a fuck. Trump voting U.S. citizen says he was detained returning from. This is the other one. I don't know why they keep posting this. I guess they just look around and then they keep finding the same things. Tears on my pillow. Weeping pro-Trump conspiracy theorist Mike Lindell tells judge he has no money to pay fines. I'm in ruins. You deserve to be in ruins. You're an idiot. Like, why would it? He had a fortune. He should have just kept his little my pillow. He didn't even have anything riding on supporting Trump so much. Like, at least have some idea of a policy that's gonna benefit you. Like maybe I don't know, tariff on imported pillows or some shit, so that he can make money on it. Like, like he just went out and spent all his money to defend this guy, this orange turd. Like, if I had a turd that looked like Trump, I would be worried about it, honestly. Say, doctor, I don't know. I'm a little concerned right now. But he did it to himself, man. He did it. He really did it. So, sorry, buddy. Whatever. Trumpy sticker mule CEO lays off 68 claimants because of automation. There's nothing wrong with automation. Automation is great. The problem is when you put automation in and you have no alternatives for the people. When they don't have free training. There's no free training in this country. Why is there no free training? So you take them off the shit that automation can do. You train them into things that we need and they want to do, and then Look, jobs open up. Jobs close down. Automation takes over certain sectors because it's efficiency. Efficiency. Because, robots can do it better. And then opens up new opportunities in other areas. But if you had a caring, benevolent government who cared to improve in productivity, happiness, prosperity, then automation would never be a problem. And another thing with automation is they like to talk about legal immigration. But do you really think that they're going to be out there picking strawberries for $5 an hour in the hot sun? Making money on per bushel of whatever the fuck they're picking? No. But they want lower prices for those same goods. But they just don't want to pick them. So, so Trump is actually making it so we have to buy U.S. stuff, but then kicking out all these people. So you're going to have price increase so much that some people are just not going to be able to buy strawberries and shit. Whatever it is. We might not even have mangoes. Mangoes might be like $10 each. Who knows? But really, I want to get on automation. Automation, once you automate agriculture, it cuts illegal immigration dramatically without even having ICE run around on taxpayer dollars harassing people. Just cuts it down, increases its efficiency, lowers prices. But, I guess people don't want to really win. They just rather lose, but call it winning anyway. Immigration is a whole different matter, my friends. A whole different matter. I don't know how you couldn't feel embarrassed. Wall Street is rethinking its Trump bet. Idiots. That's all I gotta say. Maybe I should look in this article because it's Yahoo, so sometimes they have a comment section. I want to see what kind of like what the general people say. But then you have these fucking idiots who are just like, oh, I like Trump because he's going to destroy the system so it can come back, so we get rid of all this corruption. Nah, he's going to make people suffer. Poor people suffer. Working class suffer. That's different than destroying the system. Trump wants power. He wants to retain power. So nothing is going away. Only things that he can't control are going away. Let's see here. Anything? Any comments? Commenting? I don't see anything. Let's see. Too bad that you only got an earring out of that one, right? It's too bad. Let's see here. No, I don't see anything. Sometimes Yahoo has like a comment section for idiots to. You see a lot of bots in there. All right. I don't really care about the comments on this because pretty much it's like preaching to the choir. They all pretty much hate Trump. So what's the point? I want to hear like kind of like people. I don't want to see the bots. There's always going to be those, or like China needs us more than needed. That bullshit. Even my wife says that. It's so fucking annoying, bro. She's a smart woman, but she don't know a fucking lick about politics. Not an inch. An ilk. Let's see here. Making up new words here. Let's see. Tariffs create costly chaos. Amazon sellers, including Trump supporters. When did this come out? 6 days ago? I'm surprised I didn't see this. And this is 6 days ago, so it's been going on. So it's grinding on. Last week, Gina Castagnozzi. I don't know why Italian names are like this now. We used to have strong Roman names 2,000 years ago. Now we have these silly names. Signed off on a contract to ship thousands of compostable dog waste bags from China. Well, Not anymore. I guess the dog shit is going to have to sit in the park. You know, that's it. From China to Los Angeles for her pet supply business, given pause. The next day, President Donald Trump raised tariffs on imports from China to 54%. When her goods had been on Tuesday, when her goods had been at sea for days, Trump said his China tariffs would rise to 104%. They didn't really pay attention when it starts hurting, right? On Wednesday, he raised them again to 125%. Wow. I can't believe Trump can count that high. I can't believe he did that again. Who worries she won't have cash to pay the bill when her bags arrive in about 2 weeks? You have to give people enough warning to strategically plan for this. You have to? You're telling the king he has to? I think we're mistaken here. A White House official said on Thursday that the actual rate on Chinese imports would be 145%. Well, there you go. You got your you got a plan for 145% strategically. Okay, so be strategic about it, eh? All right. So she's one of the many American small business owners who source goods from overseas, especially from suppliers and factories in China, and sell them online and via e-commerce platforms like Amazon. As Trump's mercurial trade policy sent stock markets plunging this week. I really should change this. No. The people can't see it. Okay, never mind. Thought I was in the article for a moment. As Trump's mercurial sent the stock market plunging this week, those independent retailers faced acute uncertainty about how tariffs would affect their businesses and livelihoods. Well, there you go, my friends. Is it? Let's see here. Even those who welcomed Trump's response to what they described as unfair competition from China. Unfair competition? You're fucking depending on China for your livelihood. Unfair competition? What do you want to produce? Compostable fucking dog shit bags? Then fucking do it. Okay? Fucking do it. I mean, what the fuck is stopping you, right? Build the fuck. I don't know how the fuck you build that shit, but do it. Is this going to work? I don't know. We'll see. It's going to work. What the fuck are you talking about? Going to work? Yeah, losing money is going to work. Let's see here. Paris also runs a Facebook group with 170,000 members who sell on the platform, including Amazon, eBay, and Poshmark. I wish my Facebook group had that many. We'd be making great headway right now. He said some American sellers are hopeful that the tariffs will help them compete with Chinese sellers who destroy us on labor costs, on import costs, and shipping. They're the ones fucking importing it. So how is it going to fucking help them? Like, they're not making the stuff here. Build the factory. I mean, let's see how many Americans want to work in a fucking factory. First, you need to go through all the regulation bullshit. Then you need to come up with the investment, seed investment. How many people have that? Then you have a great business plan. In this uncertain economy that things could change any fucking moment. So good luck with a loan. And then you need to what do you call it? Build the shit, draft it up, get the equipment in. Where are you gonna get that from? You know, the equipment inside the fucking warehouse. To build it, to assemble it, factory, and then hire people. You know, you have a lot of shit to do. It's not like you just fucking snap your fingers like Trump and things get done. No, it only works when you're president, my friend. Then he could just snap his finger. 145, 245. Like he's running a fucking what is that? A fucking auction house or something. We going 125 it is to the winner. We all win here. It could be a temporary thing. It could be a permanent thing. Trump has been basically giving people no notice. How do you like Biden now, motherfucker? Hey, I wasn't a big Biden fan, but he was like a captain at a ship, smooth sailing. Okay, let's put it that way. Like, okay, we're going our way anyway. It's nice, smooth sailing. Let's talk about the latest crappy Napoleon movie and enjoy the ride. Let's think about what we're gonna do next. Let's educate humanity to make real change. But now we have this chaos in there that's totally unpredictable, ruining people's lives. Is that better? I think I'll take Sleepy Biden any day. Sleepy Joe, 7 days of the week, baby. I don't give a fuck. All right. To avoid these products being copied by Chinese manufacturer Vita requires factories to sign strict non-compete agreements and spends money on intellectual property is one of those bullshits that we need to reform. Definitely. That is such bureaucratic waste in that that's a whole different topic, really. It's all about efficiency, my friends. Efficiency, productivity, and general happiness and prosperity, production. When you don't have that, you don't really have anything. To avoid his products being copied, blah blah blah. He's seen Amazon's fees steadily increase. Yeah, of course, because now Amazon, a lot of stores are closing down at Amazon, so now they're going to have to try to make money somewhere. They're going to have to increase fees. They're going to have to do a lot of stuff, to keep that money rolling. It's what it is, my friends. Oh, I saw this one earlier. The trucks, truck drivers who voted for Trump. Look at this. The miles. What is that? The 7-day van rate per mile dropped off a motherfucking cliff. Look at that. It went from 2. Let's see where it actually. Oh, at the election, it was like, I guess like around 230, 230 to a little under 2.25, whatever. And then it jumped up. I guess they were excited about Trump. So like I don't know, almost 260. And then as soon as the tariff bullshit and all that crap came tumbling in, it went down. And then, kind of like just went up and down a little bit. And then when it really set in, the tariffs, boom, collapse. $1.69 per mile. All right. Well, I hope Trump voters just drive more, make more hours in a day. That's all I got to say. No sympathy, motherfucker. No sympathy. Zero. Okay, build your own, blah, blah, blah. We're going to win so much. We're going to be sick and tired of winning. I don't think they're sick. Look at it, China and the world. Look at that money they're making right there. Look at all that. Look at the U.S., how much money they're losing. Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk. Trump just came out and said, I don't need Elon Musk. You tool. Well, at least he can still support his babies, right? That's pretty cool. Somebody's making like this product or whatever. Veterans voted 67% for Trump. Now they get to have their cut health care like into a restaurant soft opening. Well, man, elections have consequences. China bans Boeing aircraft deliveries as trade war escalates. See, China doesn't need USA as much as these idiots think they do. They've invested so much in their own economy. They have precious minerals that we need for our semiconductors. Well, people are gonna find out, right? People are gonna find out. Let me tell you. Man with the back to blue, unlawfully searched by cops. Interesting. Oh, I hate this lady. MTG, Mailer Taylor Greene. She should have been evicted from Congress fucking 3 years ago. Let's see. This devout Christian, yeah, now her civil rights complaints aren't being investigated, and your daughter with disabilities is suffering. So this devout Christian says she voted for President Trump and thought he shared her beliefs. Where would you get that? Where would you get that idea? I wouldn't call Trump an atheist because he probably doesn't have a coherent thought about it, really. He just doesn't care. Just simple as that, really. He just probably like, I don't know. He, it's just not part of his mind, really. Um, Only took a couple months for a pseudo intellectual to realize his mistake. All right, fine, you convinced me. Good job trying to win over moderates. Like he voted wow, he voted yes on measure 36. Wow. Idiot. All right, fine, you convinced me. Good try. Oh, he voted for Trump, saying, "Oh, you convinced me to vote for him. Good job trying to win over moderates." Like pompous piece of shit that he is. For those asking, yes, voting for Trump was a mistake. This is an update. I thought we'd get a repeat of the first administration, but we didn't. The signs were there. I just did not take my own ideas about the awfulness of Trump and MAGA seriously enough. Well, that's why you're a fool. You're not an intellectual. Okay? Let me put that through to you. Just go to work. Go to work in that damn shit bag factory, eh? Let's see here. When I said I would vote for Trump, it was clear the human capital problem, the right. It was cleared out about the human capital. I just thought that the basic ideologies, conservative free markets, and tough on crime and foreign adversaries, was sound and enough of it. You see, the thing is, Trump doesn't even believe in this shit. Free markets. If we had, and Trump believed in free markets, we wouldn't have these consumer taxes right now. Individual rights? No. No, he does not. Tough on crime. I mean, he's a criminal, so I guess he's pretty tough on it. And foreign adversaries. Like, what is foreign adversaries? Maybe Russia? Yes. But Trump just lays over for Daddy Putin. So, not that. I don't know where he got that idea. Yet I was expecting something of a repeat of the first administrations with Trump restrained by traditional conservative ideas. Was he ever? Personnel and institutions. As it turned out, the old Reagan coalition was becoming increasingly hollow, replaced by Trump worship, online edgelordism, the late arriving scammers like Crypto Bros and Maha. The signs were there, and I talked extensively about how Trump was becoming something of a cult leader. Really? With a few checks on his whims and desires, but I must have thought that maybe Jared Kushner would just wait until he fell asleep around noon and start making all the right calls. What an idiot. Jared Kushner, the guy who just cares about getting more rich as well? Or that it would be Elon, but that Elon was a smart guy with libertarian views instead of someone whose brain had been completely melted by right-wing internet slop. The problem in the end, though, wasn't just Trump as an individual, even though he is quite awful, but the entire idea of anti-establishment politics. We now have a great deal of empirical evidence showing that populism simply does not work, whether it is right or left wing. I disagree with that because I'm a populist and my ideas work. So I don't know where you get that idea from. Just because he lied to you about what populism is, doesn't mean it doesn't work. Okay, populism is really popular policies that are made to work. They're popular because they actually do work. They're just not implemented or not implemented properly. Okay, careful what deals you make. Treat like all right. So that's about it. I'm gonna go and do something else now. But thank you for watching. Please do subscribe. Maybe I'll make more different things. But I don't know. My throat is a little scratchy now, so maybe I need to take a little rest from this. All right. Well, enjoy the misery, I guess. What else can we do? Prepare. We might need to stock up on non-perishables because it's gonna get nasty, really nasty. But we have no choice right now, do we? What can we do about it right now? Except organize, educate, coalesce. Join my Facebook group in the description. Let's talk about it. Spread the truth and try to make some goddamn progress. That's it. Sad, but it's what it is. Reality is what it is right now. It sucks.